Hi there, it's Elaine Fraze, Farm Family Coach, coming to you from my front step, and my next door neighbors are combining, and perhaps you can hear the roar of the combine in the background. And it's a good metaphor for looking at cleaning your conflict avoidance filter, because we all know as the dust roars and the filters get clogged on our machines, then we have to spend time changing them. But I'm going to move inside so you can hear me better. So in this short blog, I just want to encourage you to look at expressing your emotions in a healthy way. And quite often I ask farm families to put their hands up in front of their faces like this, which in my world is a conflict filter. Oh, she's coming at me again. I can't stand it. Don't like the way she makes decisions. Whatever your conflict filter is, you need to clean it off. And you need to have a better attitude towards creating solutions, looking at the other person in the eye, expressing your feelings. So expressing your emotions in a healthy way. And our long-term employee, Ray Wabick, who was with us for 35 years, just passed this last August, and we miss him. He was 83 years old, but he was a very faithful and loyal employee. And he was also very clear, and he'd say, Elaine, if you're going to cut the wheat this way, I want you to cut it this length, not this length. And he was very clear about asking for what he needed so that he could be cultivating that field or doing field work on it. We do minimum and till on our farm, but whatever field operations needed to be done, he could express what he needed to also make his job easier. So you just want to use expressions like, we go to a lot of work to support you in the field, and we really feel valued and appreciated when you make the effort to do such and such. And this morning I was around the farm in tractors and houses and offices and trucks looking for the meal buckets, because we worked late last night and things don't always get returned to home base to get ready again for supper tonight. So positive conflict behavior looks like expressing your emotions in a healthy way. Another one is to attack the person's ideas. No. You don't attack the person's ideas, you attack the issue rather than attacking the person. So, wow, that combine really plugged up and you are such an idiot. Why can't you ever learn to slow down? No, not helpful behavior. And especially during the month of September and October, when we're really busy with combining and our crops are long season now with cereals and peas and beans and soybeans and corn and all kinds of other things. We really have to check ourselves as to how we are using a mindset to not avoid conflict, but to ask clearly for what we need and practice attacking the issue, not the person. So figuring out the why and creating solutions together. Another point I have in this blog is, are you willing to reach out to check out how others are doing? And this is just a check-in, like, did you sleep okay last night? Something feels a bit off. Do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to talk about it later? When do you want it? When are you going to be ready to figure this out? And so reaching out to check in how other people are doing. Someone said it's helpful to say, are you okay? How are you doing? Are you okay? Is much more helpful than just saying, how are you? So are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Okay, do you want to talk about it now? No. Are you some other time before supper? Yeah, I'll get back to you. So you're trying to figure out where people are at, and sometimes they need space to process and they don't want to be pushed and prodded, and so they want time to process things, and they'll get back to you when they're ready to unpack the conflict further. The important thing here is that bad behavior is not tolerated on healthy farms, and you have to understand that you get the behavior that you accept. So why are you accepting bad language? And I just like to give a shed of encouragement to my colleagues who have podcasts that watch your potty mouth when you're speaking to a large audience, because some people don't have a high level or degree of acceptance for profanity, which might be a habit to you. And if you go back in my blogs, I wrote one years ago called Profanity on the Farm Does Not Pay. And so don't accept bad behavior and bad language. The other thing about reaching out with positive conflict behavior and cleaning your conflict filter is being willing to adapt. And we're all masters at adapting to challenges, the weather issues, the machine breakdown issues, and other things that happen along the way. but we also are not machines. So it's important that we have rest, good food, positive affirmation from others. And there's a book called Encouraging the Heart of Your Business, which talks about the value of actually appreciation. And on the radio, I can hear the guy saying, "Thanks, Graham," as he's come again with the grain cart and taken another huge load. And there's a culture of appreciation. I get thanked for the meals that I delivered, not all the time, but again, it's a way of using your words to build up your emotional bank account in the green, rather than trying to take things out of the red when you haven't had a lot of appreciation or adaptation. Brene Brown says, "Being clear is kind." And she's a big researcher on vulnerability. And we know that our machines don't talk with words, but they vibrate, they clunk, and they don't sound well. And then you stop. So we need to understand that people are not machines, and they need to be able to ask for what they need, and they need to know that their voice is being respected and heard. So here's a thing that you can ask your crew. What's the most important thing you need today to make it a great harvest day? Or if you're an advisor, what's the thing you need today to make it a very productive day in our workplace? So another positive behavior is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. And this has come to light when I have had young people say, "Oh, Elaine, I had no idea what it was like to be a aging mom in place on the farm," or what it was like for Dad to be aging in place. So do you know what it feels like to be over 70 with a tender back and spend 13 hours in a combine seat? And is the grain cart operator clear about what it means when the lights are blinking and when you have your auger out, or whatever signals you use on your farm for making your harvest be as productive as possible? So you don't want to make assumptions that your behavior is well understood, and you want to check in. And can you imagine what it feels like to be a parent with 3 active children trying to keep up with the demands of the field and harvest crew? So your ability to shift and put yourself in the other person's shoes, walk a mile in their moccasins, so to speak, is really, really important. And as people age in place on the farm, they're going to lose confidence in their abilities, and they might get more quickly agitated. And especially if the environment is highly charged with a lot of blame and bad behavior and bad language. And young people also need close by training and constructive comments to help them gain more confidence in completing their tasks as well. So avoiding conflict just allows the problem to grow bigger and the options to become less. So as time goes on, there's a saying, don't let a molehill grow into a mountain. And stuffing your anger, which is actually your hurt, your fear, your frustration, it becomes a recipe for what the author of Fault Lines and Fragmented Families calls a volcanic event. So conflict avoidance is not helpful. Ask for time to have a conversation and make your request for what change in behavior you'd like to see, and seek permission to create solutions together. You can change your mindset, your thoughts, your language, and your actions, and you can set the tone for a healthier culture on your farm. So hope you'll join me on my podcasts at farmfamilyharmony.com. And also, if you'd like to join our group coaching sessions for the Farm Family membership site, we are opening the cart in October. And just go to elainefraise.com/membership to find out more about that too. We really want you to have a great culture in your farm. We want you to succeed. And I got to go now. I got meals to do. It's harvest. Take care and stay safe. Bye for now.